Welcome to Board Game Archaeologists, where we play time-worn games from the past. I'm Hunter.
I'm Rob.
And today we're playing Wicket The Ewok.
And Friends in a food gathering adventure game made after The Return of the Jedi in 1983 by Parker Brothers. This is a fun game with the Ewoks from Endor making their way around and gathering food.
The objective is to get all different 5 food icons back to your hut before the other Ewoks do. And you can pick from one of 4 Ewoks. You got Wicket, Nisha, Poplu, and Litara, and our 5 travel ways. We have off-brand Eeyore. We have this helpful worker Ewok. We've got kind of bantha creature. We've got just vines. And there's also the paraglider.
And you move in a funny way. So each character moves 3 moves per turn. You can move your character or you can move one of your travel guys. So you can move 1, 2, 3, but you can never move on any of the side wooden things without one of your travel people. You can only walk on the stones.
And when you're gathering the resources in the stone pillars, passing through them counts. You don't need to land directly on the icon to get the resource.
Yep, and what you do is you just gather each one using your travel people, and the travel guys are really good at using it for offense and defense. So you can use it when another player is on it. You can actually use one of your points to move them away from where they're trying to go as you're trying to get to another spot. So it's an offensive defensive strategy game.
Yeah, you need to constantly be working to get your own goals on the map while keeping other people away from theirs. And that really materializes heavily in the paraglider.
Right, and this is one of those games where you can really tell who your friends are.
Yeah, don't give these. Don't give this to like a group of kids that are already kind of like hostile towards each other. You'll get someone getting hit.
That's right, but it's a fun game. It took about 10 to 15 minutes to kind of play it with 3 adults. We kind of went through it, and I kind of figured out some strategy and how you can get things going fairly quickly because we're older than 5 to 10, which is very helpful when it comes to playing these games.
Yeah, a huge part of it is realizing that in your 3 moves, one of them being independent as your Ewok, you can manipulate any other traveling piece on the board just on a whim despite your location as the Ewok. So even though there's no one on the paraglider, I could purposefully move it on the opposite side if there was a person that wanted to use it, if I knew they were going to be using it soon.
Right, and as Hunter said earlier, the paraglider always has to come from the center. So you can't go 1, 2, you always have to go 1, 2. And when you go 1 and bring somebody else with you, if you have a guy with you or one of your other Ewoks, then they get a honeypot just for being up in the air when they hit that center spot too. And that's your 5th thing. So when you're playing with 2 people, you really just put your 2 food groups in each spot because that's all that can really be one, is you each get 1. And then after that, you try to get home as fast as you can. And there is a certain point in the game, and I guess that would be a con for me, there you won. Because you're on your way there, and there's no way they can stop you, and there's only 3 moves. So there's definitely a knowing that you've won or lost kind of situation. And I really found out early that if you really can just stay offensive as much as possible, or I guess not really offensive, but moving in a straight line, and not trying to back other people up, you really can move ahead a lot faster as long as other people aren't messing you up constantly.
Yeah, and knowing how close you are to winning is really central in what other people are doing. For example, if one person knows that you're about to win, but the other players are oblivious to it and they're not acting as hard as you to put you back, that person is going to win much sooner.
Right, for sure, because I know there was a person with more points than me and could have won had they moved the right spot, or you might have saw it quicker. But I think it's easy to fall into the cracks on this game, really easy, where you start attacking one person and the other person can just kind of sneak right back to home.
Yeah, it really depends on your focus.
It's funny because when we first opened this up, I really expected it to be a pretty lame game because you're really out looking for your berries and your fruits and your nuts and your mushrooms and I've always joked about why aren't there more video games where you're throwing pies in the face instead of shooting people. But I joke about it, but we found this to be a pretty fun game.
Yeah, I'd actually kind of recommend it. I kind of liked it. Thanks for watching. We really enjoyed going through Wicket the Ewok.
The adventure food gathering game. If you want to see more about us and the games we play, check us out at toyarchaeology.com. And you can find us on Facebook on a group and a page. And don't forget to subscribe and have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.